What's up, guys? It is May 1st, 2018. I am your host, Justin from For the Love of Picks. Welcome to the kingdom. We are here 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We predict the games in your favorite sports to make you extra cash. Make sure to go check out the website, fortheloveofpicks.com, to get even more free picks. Of course, we are here Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and Saturday and Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Of course, we are a little late today. It is 7:30. I went and saw the Avengers today with the family, so we are broadcasting a little later than normal. Missed out on some of the games that would have normally started before now, but the main games that I liked anyway are at 8 o'clock or beyond. So with that said, normally here 4 p.m. Eastern, but later today. All right, so make sure you guys go to the YouTube channel, the website, and the Facebook page For the Love of Picks. And of course, fortheloveofpicks.com at the website. Make sure you subscribe at YouTube, like our Facebook page, and subscribe on the website. Of course, we are on both YouTube and Facebook Live. We are on YouTube up top, Facebook down low. What's up, guys? And we broadcast from both. But make sure you sign up for both because there's different content on each one. The Facebook channel is going to always have our live broadcasts. The YouTube channel will have our live broadcast as well as our upset alerts and parlay picks. And then, of course, our website will have everything combined. So, guys, basically what we do here is I give you free picks every day. We talk a little bit about sports, talk a little bit about sports betting. As I told you in previous episodes, now that we are away from my personal Facebook account and now on the website and YouTube channel only, I'm going to kind of retrack through things. Some of the things that we said through those first 30 days, we're going to say again for our new possible listeners now that we are no longer in the same place. And what we'll do is every day I'm going to talk about something that has to do with sports betting, talk about sports, and throughout the show we'll give you free picks. And, of course, my best picks and Ryan's best value picks are always going to be in our Platinum Package area. Our Platinum Package area is under the shop on the website. We have daily, weekly, and monthly options. Essentially, what you get is the weekly and monthly options give you the daily features for a week or for a month. So you either be getting my best picks, my two best picks for a week, or my two best picks for a month. Ryan, same way. And I offer an absolute guarantee on our platinum packages. I am absolutely confident that we will make you a profit. If we do not, if you have the weekly package, you'll get another week for free. If you have the monthly package, you get another month for free, or your money back guarantee. So outside of the platinum package area, the next best picks that we offer at fortheloveofpicks.com are always going to be a broadcast. Now, I have my upset alert and I have my parlay picks. I wouldn't say my upset alert is better than my picks on the show because we're absolutely having to pick an underdog. So outside of the platinum package area, I would the picks that you're going to get here on the show will be your next best bet. Because what we're doing here on the show is we're giving you picks that are on the website. Of course, all your favorite sports on the website. And what we do on the show is we navigate through those picks and give you what I think is the best value out there. And then, of course, the website is going to have your third tier of picks because it has everything. Of course, the platinum package area and the picks on the show, like I just said, will always be from picks that are on the website. But what we do is we put you on those picks specifically. So that gives you a little idea of what you can through our services. Lots of free picks. Live show gives you even more. And then the platinum package area, that's going to be your best bets. That's the only place where I give you a guaranteed profit. So, guys, like I said, check out the website, check out the YouTube channel, check out the Facebook page. With that said, before we get into today's show, where we are going, like I said, we have a topic of sports. We have the topic of sports betting and picks throughout the show. So before we get started, I told you we'd have a different format going forward, and we will be giving you picks as the show goes along. So let's just jump in and go on and give you a pick real quick. And we've got Ryan back on the show today. We've got Ryan and his daily NBA picks. So we'll have 6 picks for you today. I'll give you 4 of my personal picks from Major League Baseball, NBA, and NHL. And then we'll get Ryan's NBA picks. I'm going to start by giving you a baseball pick. We're going to go to the Astros and Yankees again. We took this last night, and it's funny because we've covered in 2 straight Yankees games, but we had the Yankees on Sunday night. We had the Astros last night. Both games finished 2-1. Funny. It doesn't work like that all the time, but it worked like that this time. And today we've got Montgomery, who's 2-0 with a 3.16 ERA, and we've got Verlander, who's 4-0 with a 1.36 ERA. And we're getting the Astros minus 165. Normally this would be great value, but normally we get Verlander in the minus 200 or above. So I like the price because it's Verlander. Montgomery's 2-0 with a 3.16 ERA, so he's been pretty good on the year. Verlander's 4-0 with a 1.36 ERA. I know at some point Verlander's going to lose, but I think that on the road this might be our spot where that's just not. I just don't think it's going to happen tonight. And so we're going to take the Astros again, minus 165, and that will be our first pick for today's show. And go on and give out a second MLB pick while we're doing it. We are coming up against some of these games that might be starting soon. And, of course, we're coming up against the 8 o'clock games. So let's just go on and actually, now that I think about it, the hockey game is about to start. So let's give out a hockey pick, actually. We'll give out a hockey pick real quick, and then we're going to get that out there. So we got 2 games on the card today. We've got the Penguins and Capitals, Game 3. We've also got the Jets and Predators, Game 3. These series are shifting to Pittsburgh and Winnipeg, respectively. And so we've got an over 6, or we got a 6 over-under in both games. And Penguins minus 169, Jets minus 148. I like the home teams to win tonight. Well, actually, I take that back. I like the Penguins to win tonight. I'm not so sure on Jets and Predators. Predators are the better team. They did not get both at home though, but I do expect, like the Knights did last night, to steal one back, to take this back to Nashville. So with that said, I'm gonna, since that game's already started, let's go and look at no, you know what? We're gonna get it in real quick. We're gonna take the Penguins minus 169. I just think that they definitely are going to win tonight at home. I think maybe the Capitals take Game 4 to get it back to Washington. So we'll take Penguins minus 169. That'll be our hockey pick and our second pick for today's show. So, all right, with that said, guys, yesterday we were talking about round robins and parlays. Just kind of talk more about that. I kind of rambled on for a while yesterday. As I've told you before, parlays are a good chance to take games that don't have a lot of great value, parlay it with another game that you think is good or another game that doesn't have great value together. For instance, games that are minus 200, I don't like to bet on those games, but every once in a while I will parlay a minus 200 game with another game. Usually I will parlay it with either Like yesterday, I parlayed the Vegas Knights with a team that was highly favored. The Knights were plus money. So that kind of gave me an extra multiplier. As I've told you, it's kind of like the lottery with the multipliers. The more you add, the more you get right, the more you win. So with that said, I also will tend to parlay a minus 200 with another minus 200. But only if I feel really confident that those are just the two teams that are going to win today. I won't just go pick out a minus 200 and say, oh, they're favored, let's parlay it. That's not how it works. I pick who I instinctively think is going to win these games based on the research I do and everything else, and a lot of this is interesting because, like, for instance, when I go to decide what games I'm going to pick, I have a pick in every single game, so how do I decide which one? I just kind of look at it and instinctively feel like this is my best 4 or 5, 6 picks, and I write them down, and that's what I'm doing for you guys. It's an instinct thing, and I feel like my instincts are pretty good in that realm, but it's imperative, it's imperative that if you don't have great instincts on this, if you don't know which games you should be picking, that you just take the show's advice and go by our regiment. Because if you try to create your own regiment and you try to use your instincts and they're not very good, then you're going to lose a lot of money and you're going to hate me for it. When if you just go by my method, at the very least, I guarantee you're not going to lose a lot of money because I don't lose a lot of money. So even when I lose, I still come back and win again. So with that said, parlays, I nailed a couple 3-team parlays yesterday, and they weren't really parlays, they're round robins. I talked about round robins yesterday. Now, it's interesting. Yesterday I did 2 3-team parlays, and I used the Houston Astros as my base yesterday. So I took the Houston Astros at minus 160, 155, whatever it was. I took 2 other games, 3-team parlay, 2 other games, 3-team parlay. Now, normally I would have done a 5-team, round robin, not parlay. And I'd have put all 5 together, but I'm very glad that I didn't because I ended up only going 3 out of 5 in those picks yesterday that I parlayed, that I round robin together. And had I put them all 5 together, I would have only gotten the value of getting 3 out of 5, which is basically a push. You don't win anything, you don't really lose anything. Because I did them separately, I lost money on one 3-team parlay, but won money on the other 3-team parlay, essentially coming out in the positive. And I keep saying parlay, it's not a parlay, it's a round robin. So round robin, the difference from a round robin and a parlay, I got to get this out there before I keep calling it a parlay and confuse you guys. A round robin takes less risk because you can now win money on getting 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 2 out of 5, instead of just 5 and 5. On a parlay, you have to get all of them. So if you've got, sorry guys, I've got hair in my face. So if you've got 5 teams in your round robin, or in your parlay, you got to get all 5. If you've got 5 teams in your, parlay, guys, I'm sorry. My medication's on the way until my medication comes in, man. I get a little jittery sometimes. If you're doing a parlay and you put 5 teams in, you have to get all 5. If you're doing a round robin, you don't. And you don't win as much money as you do with a parlay on a round robin, but that's the risk versus reward. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. Less reward, usually less risk. More reward, more risk. So parlays, a lot of times with parlays, I do my parlays on games I'm confident with. If I have 2 teams I really think are going to win, they're my 2 best bets. Like, for instance, my premium package picks. My premium package picks are the 2 games that I put the most money on every single day. And I also parlay them together sometimes. So if I nail both of them, even more value. So I can put down, $100 on a parlay, and if I put them together, I might win $200-300. So just a little bit of extra value. Of course, you have to hit 2. Not a lot of handicappers think there is value in parlays, and there really isn't. It's more of a fun thing to do. But you could definitely, the more casual better will love parlays and round robins. one of the things I've noticed about the average sports bettor, not somebody doing shows like this, not somebody who has a website, not the guys that are out there handicapping, you know, on some of the biggest websites out there. Just the average sports bettor can't stand losing money on just one game. You know what I'm saying? They like to have more than one game going because then you have the chance to win and lose and at least break even. But you also have the chance of breaking even, which means you don't win. So there are days where you would have won if you'd just taken one bet. You didn't win because you took multiple. There are also days where you would have lost. You took multiple. This kind of keeps you towards the middle, the medium, and you can't win in the medium. So with that said, guys, let's give out another pick. We're going to look towards basketball now. Ryan, of course, we have Ryan's 2 NBA picks for today's show. And actually, you know what? I'm going to give those out here. That's what we'll do. We'll do 2 of my picks, 2 of Ryan's picks in the middle, and then 2 of my picks at the end. So we're going to look to Ryan's picks. First game, we have the Cavaliers and the Raptors. That's your first game of the night. That should be coming on in about 20 minutes. And the Raptors are at home. They had home court advantage as the #1 seed. Raptors are the 1, Cavs are the 4. So Raptors are -7 tonight, which means the Cavs are +7. And Ryan just thinks that the 7 points is too much. I don't know if he necessarily – I think he did say that he thinks the Cavs are going to win this game tonight. But if you remember, Ryan predicted the Cavs to go to the finals and beat the Rockets this year. So it makes sense that he's going to be picking the Cavs to win some games. So where he might be on the Cavs money line, I think that if the Cavs is your choice, +7 is – or excuse me – +7 is the way to go. We're going to look for LeBron James to keep it close, but maybe not necessarily win the game. Ryan thinks they will win the game straight up. So that'll be our third pick for today's show. And then in the late game, we have the Warriors, and the Warriors are taking on the Pelicans. I thought the Pelicans were a tough team coming into this series. I didn't think that they were going to win the series, of course. I have the Warriors beating the 76ers in 5, I believe was my prediction. And so obviously I don't have them losing the series, not the Warriors losing, but I thought the Pelicans might, be able to cover some spreads, but not at home. I just don't like the Pelicans against the Warriors in Golden State. We've got Steph Curry coming back tonight, so I might think he might be rusty. I'm going to go with what Kevin Durant said. Kevin Durant said he expects guys like Steph Curry, superstars like Steph Curry, when they come back to be themselves again. He expects that. That might not be what we get, but he expects that. And that's kind of the same how I feel. I expect Curry, and I'll tell you what Ryan said. And because when we were talking about this, I'll tell you what I told Ryan. We were talking about this earlier on the phone. He was a little mixed on it. Played the role of devil's advocate, so we could get, anytime you're in the middle of something, having a second opinion kind of push you towards a conclusion is always good. So I was just like, oh, hey, take this into account. Tell me what you think. And this is something I had heard. And I said, Warriors have had a lot of injuries this year, and it's played into a lot of people's narrative of the Warriors. Let's forget about the injuries. Let's forget about everything that the Rockets have done so far. Let's forget about everything that everybody's done, and let's just look at the Warriors by themselves. Pretend like they're the only team in the league just for a second. What are the Warriors? The most dominant team we've seen in a long time. More dominant than LeBron James and any of the teams that he's had, more dominant than, the closest thing to what the Warriors are is the Bulls and the Lakers. Nobody else has been as dominant for as long as the Warriors. The Warriors have only won 2 championships. They won 1, lost 1, won 1, but they went to 3 championships in a row. They should have had 3 in a row. They should have had 3 in a row like the Bulls did, and they should be playing for their 4th this year. Kind of a fluke, in my opinion. I'm not going to take it from LeBron James. My point is this is the kind of game where superstars like Steph Curry. I expect them to be normal, and I expect the Warriors to be who they are. And so, what are the Warriors? And that was the point. I kind of lost track there for a second. What are the Warriors? The Warriors are the most dominant NBA team. They're the returning NBA champs, and they beat the absolute bricks off of teams. All right, and I expect nothing to change. I think we're overthinking the Warriors. I expect the Warriors to dominate the Pelicans, probably win in 5 games. And the games that are in Golden State, I expect them to win these games by double digits. Maybe one game here or there might be close, but I expect them to dominate on their way to playing the Rockets, just like I expect the Rockets to dominate the Jazz on the way to playing the Warriors. And the question is do we get a 7-game series or do one of the teams dominate the other? If you remember correctly, I had the Warriors in 6. What looks like a strong 7-game series. I think the Warriors are the better team. I think it'll show out. So back to the relevance of all that to here, we're getting minus 10.5 tonight. You can buy the hook and get it at 10 points. I think the Warriors winning by double digits is a strong conclusion. Okay, this would be a strong play for us tonight. So we're going to take the Warriors minus 10.5. That'll be our 4th pick for today's show. I'll be honest with you guys. I really like the new format. I like being able to give out a couple picks, introduce the show, give out a couple picks, talk more about the show, give out a couple picks, talk more about the show. I don't feel like boxed in as much. One of the things that I was going to tell you, just a reminder, of course, forloveofpicks.com is the website. Go to the Facebook page and the YouTube so you can subscribe and like our pages. We've got YouTube up top, Facebook down low. Of course, we are live every day, Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern, Saturdays and Sundays on the weekend at 12 p.m. Eastern. Here giving you 100% free picks 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Of course, guys, we pick the games in your favorite sports so you can win extra cash. Go to the website to get even more free picks. Cannot reiterate that enough. And, of course, guys, if you are in the live show and not watching this on repeat or watching this on replay, make sure that you hit the like button for us. Doesn't take but more than a second or two. Hit the like button. We appreciate it. So with that said, guys, yesterday we went 3-1, which was really good because the day before, of course, we went 4-0. So I've said this a lot. You guys know this. I like to let you know when I'll let you know when I'm not hot, but I definitely want to let you know when I'm hot because this is where we make our money. And there's going to be our lulls and our streaks where we lose a little bit, but I always anticipate to pick up the winning again. And here I am, after a day or two of kind of being off on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, kind of mixed results. Sunday, Monday, on fire. And I'm telling you, I like tonight's card. We gave out the Astros. We gave out the Penguins. And then we gave out Ryan's NBA picks. I really like those picks. I think Ryan knows what he's talking about with the Warriors game. I think the Cavs +7. I'm iffy on that one. I don't think that's the best play that we have available for you. But I will agree with Ryan again. I don't like Raptors -7. That's too many points. So that's a game I would stay away from. But Ryan picks every game in the NBA. And, of course, I've told Ryan, hey, sometimes you should just look at the over-under when you don't like the card, the way it looks for the spread. And he's, one of the things to keep in mind is Ryan is very talented at what we do. So, he's as good as I am, but I've been doing it a little bit longer. And there are some nuances and some things that to this day I still kind of, teach him. Ryan teaches me stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who can't learn does not want to succeed at their profession. I learn all the time. But my point is there's still some things even I am able to teach Ryan from time to time. And when he gets his show together and, he was on vacation last week, so we're a little bit behind. But Ryan got a chance to go see his dad hang out in Ohio. Ryan was there live for the 3-pointer at the buzzer in, I believe, Game 5 of the Pacers-Cavs series. Lots of fun that he got to have last week. Shout out down there in Ohio. together, I think you'll start to see more and more of what I'm talking. And we're going to do even better going forward. So with that said, the two out of the 4 picks I've given you so far, I really like the Penguins. I think that the Penguins will win tonight. I really like the Warriors. I think those two are strong. Astros and Yankees with Verlander is a strong play too, but the Yankees are a good team, so it's not a guarantee. That's why you're at -165. If I had to rank them in order, I'd go Warriors, Penguins, Astros, Cavs. But with that said, like I said, 3-1 yesterday, 7-1 last 2 days. So jump on us. Wow, we are hot. And so let's give you some more picks. We'll finish out the show, get everything done for today so we can watch these games. Don't forget, I'm a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just a sports handicapper. This may be what I do for a living, and it may be my passion, but my biggest passion is sports. That's how do you become a sports bettor? You love sports. So looking for something that I could do where I could work from my house, hang out with my kids, and watch sports, this is what I came up with. And so absolutely love what I do, but even more, I love watching these games. So definitely want to finish up the show so I can watch the games that are coming up. So with that said, guys, let's give our last 2 picks off today's show. We've got a baseball pick and an NBA pick from me. If you remember correctly, guys, I have been on fire in the NBA, and we'll see if we can keep that going. So with that said, I'm going to go to Major League Baseball. We're looking at the Braves and Mets. We've got Soroka pitching for the first time on the season against Syndergaard, who is 2-0, 2.96 ERA. With Syndergaard on the mound, I like for the Mets to quiet the Braves' bats, maybe only keep them to a run or two, if any runs. And I don't think the Mets will beat up on Soroka, so we're going to look at the under of 7.5. I think it'll be close, but that is our best play. I think the Mets will win this game, but Syndergaard, you're not going to get a lot of value. So the under of 7.5, and that will be our 5th pick for today's show. And in the NBA, we've got the Warriors and Pelicans, Cavs and Raptors, like I said earlier. And I haven't even decided how I want to go in this direction. I'm gonna tell you about both games, and I'm gonna kind of make a decision. So in the Warriors Pelicans, we have an over/under of 228.5. That is high. I've never bet on a game to go over 228.5. I don't even know if I've ever placed a bet on a spread that was that high in my entire life. In the Cavs Raptors game, we have an over of 214.5. Now I'm going to tell you, I like the over in both these games. Question is which one is the better play? Now, I'll tell you why I like the over in these games. In the Warriors and Pelicans game, the Warriors are 5 out of 6. That's 5-1 in their last 6 games over against the Pelicans and over against the Pelicans at home. So regardless, whether it's at home or whether it's against the Pelicans, 5 out of their last 6 games have covered the over. In the Cavs Raptors series, the over is 5 out of the last 7 on the road of going over. So whether it's the Raptors and Cavs or whether it's the Raptors and Cavs at home for the Raptors, either way, if the Cavs are on the road playing the Raptors, 5 out of the last 7. I expect these trends to continue. Now, yes, 228.5 is a ridiculous amount. So compared to the 214.5 at first glance, you'd think that the 214.5 would be your best play. But in reality, the Warriors and Pelicans have both acknowledged that they plan to run and gun in this series. The Pelicans believe that the only way that they can stick with the Warriors is to outdo them at their own game. They don't think that slowing down the pace is going to help them. They slow down the pace, the Warriors slice them up by 40. And it's just a lower scoring game. So the Pelicans are going to run and gun. They're going to try to score a lot of points. The only way we don't hit an over of 228.5, even though that's ridiculously high, is if these teams just can't make baskets. And, my guess would be, if I had to make a prediction, I say the Warriors are going to score 120 points on their own. So if that's the case, all we need to do is the Pelicans to do is break 100, really. No, actually, no. I'm sorry. We would need the I was thinking of the Cavs Raptors game. We need the Cavs. We need if the Warriors break 220 or excuse me 120, then all we need from the Pelicans is like a 108, 110. So if I had to make a prediction on this game, I'd say Warriors win this game 124 to 110. And that's 134 points. Maybe 124, 108. That's 132 points. I think we're going to get the over of 228.5. The question is it better than the 214.5? And as much as I'd like to tell you that the Warriors and the Warriors and Pelicans are going to put up a lot of points, we're still going to be close because that spread's very high. So we're going to take the Raptors Cavs over of 214.5. And the reason why is I think that our score in this game, I think the Raptors will get like 110, maybe 114 points, somewhere in that range. And I think the Cavs will get about 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, somewhere in that range. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say Raptors win 112, 105, which puts us over the 214.5. So we're going to take the over 214.5 in the Cavs and Raptors game. I think the majority of the reason that the Cavs hit a lot of unders in the Pacers series was on the Pacers. I think that they'll push this tempo a little bit more against the Raptors. The Raptors covered a lot of overs in their game. So over 214.5, and that'll be our last and final pick on today's show. So, guys, shout out to Andy, who's in our live broadcast right now. We appreciate it. If you could take a chance to just hit that like button, Andy, we always appreciate the like button. As I've told you before, guys, go check out the website forloveofpicks.com, YouTube, Facebook. Get all three guys going to get all of our best content. Like I said, we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern. We are predicting the games in your favorite sports to make you extra cash. All right, guys. So with that said, tonight, it's going to be a great night of games, and I'm going to here so I can start watching it. We got about a minute or two before these games are about to start. So, guys, if you hadn't gotten your picks in, make sure you get them in as quickly as you can. And if you ever have any questions on where to go to make your bets, websites to use, whatever, hit me up privately, and I'll put you on some good places. So with that said, guys, as always, let's make money. So I'm going to tell you peace out, Facebook, and have a wonderful day.